I don't think he was a disgrace. I think he was puny and a mental lightweight. Welcome to One to One with Simon Jordan. Keep the questions coming in and the conversations going, but let's crack on with this week's show. Roy Keane as a pundit to me is probably one of the best pundits out there because he has the propensity to say what he means. I don't think he always means what he says because I think he takes it down a pathway of, people might find the irony in this, but there's an element of hyperbole about what he says. Classic case in point was calling out Harry Maguire and saying that he was a disgrace for his celebration after scoring a goal against Albania. I don't think he was a disgrace. I think he was puny and a mental lightweight because you don't need to prove a point by putting your fingers in your ears. But I think Keane has the ability to call people out, has the courage to do it, and says it with great conviction. I do feel at times that he sort of swerves into the pantomime villain role and wants to deliver the content that the media wants him to deliver. Now, that's not me suggesting that I know how Roy Keane works, but looking at it on screen, I think there's a dynamic of him with Mika Richards. He doesn't tend to go full tilt with Graham Souness, but I think of the two, Graham Souness is the better pundit, but Roy Keane is certainly one of the better ones out of the mix because it's a little bit vanilla. I think Harry Kane's recent performances are a combination of a variety of things. A, the opposition has been the, relative dog and duck of international football. B, I think he's looking over his shoulder at this impending relationship with Conte and livening himself up. And C, maybe the penny's dropped a little bit. And he's playing in a team that's maybe a little bit more forward-thinking than the current Tottenham team has been. Gareth Southgate being considered as an elite manager in the top six is a difficult one for me. I think he's done a great job with England. I think he's been a master of communicating with the media. I think what he's done is probably the best example of media management by any international manager amongst all of them. I think he's probably conducted himself with the British media better than any England manager that you can ever mention. Now, moving into the top six of the Premier League and look at the quality of the top six managers, put Gareth Southgate at the same table. One talks very well to the media. One is very good in an international setup where you've got 6, 8, 9, 10 games a year. The other 6 are elite managers managing multi-millionaire footballers from all corners of the globe and producing outcomes on a weekly basis. No, I don't think Gareth Southgate gets to that table. See, the trouble with me is I've never been a great admirer of Raheem Sterling. I think he's a very, very decent player. But when I listen to people like Trevor Sinclair talk to me about he's a world-class player, then I leave the conversation because he's not. He's a very decent player. He plays well for England because England afford him certain opportunities and he delivers. I think unless the landscape is going to change for him at Man City, he's not going to get what he wants, which is to be a shoo-in to the Man City side. He's got other players that seemingly at times the manager prefers. And either he's going to change and adapt to what the manager wants at Manchester City, or he's going to leave. Now, where he leaves to is a difficult one, because if he wants to leave inside his contract, it's going to be difficult to see who's going to pay the money for him, both at salary level and fee level, that A, Man City will want from fee level, and B, he'll want from wages. I can see him more likely, if Man City are foolish enough to let the clock run down, being able to go on a free transfer, which means that the salary side of things can be taken care of, because it won't be a fee that's needed. The salary will get the benefit of no fee. And then it becomes about where he goes. I don't think he goes back to Liverpool. I don't think he goes to Man United. I can see him going abroad, but then again, you've got the same conundrum with wages. So I really think if I'm Raheem Sterling, what I'd want to do is I'd want to get back in the Man City team, and that's what I'll be focusing on. I like conversations that have jeopardy. I like thought-provoking conversations. I don't like dialed-in, formulaic answers. I think all of the boys that I do a show with Jim White on have a vantage point. Obviously, Martin Keane is very robust in his views, and obviously we have to listen to the endless reference towards the fact he was an Arsenal invincible. Then we've got Danny Murphy on Mondays, and we've got Trevor in midweek. And look, if people can hold a strong view and they can back it up, I don't like people that say something and then can't substantiate it. So they say something that they've heard somebody else say, lay it out as a fact, and when you question behind it, they can't substantiate it. At times, some of those boys fall into that category, but I particularly, probably of all three, enjoyed Danny Murphy on Monday the most. Don't forget to let me know your views on Southgate, Sterling and Kane, and leave your questions in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you next week.